But we're finally going to get going here. Corkxx versus Lord Bagel coming over from Canada. See if we got hand warmers or no, we're going straight into it from the looks of things here.
I mean, the thing is, both of these guys already played on stream multiple times earlier today.
Yep.
So, I mean, they're not only are they warmed up, they know their control scheme is perfectly fine. They're ready to go.
Yeah, and right now, I mean, you're just seeing these explosive moments of offense for both of these players. It's like they try and bait out these openings. Once they get it, they do not let up.
But one thing I do know, especially after talking to Corkxx, that this is a really challenging matchup for Forsburn, not just in terms of like closing out stocks, but just in terms of the neutral situations where if Forsburn is existing near Etalus, whereas like Etalus has a lot of fast burst options that cover his whole body, like Nair, Forsburn doesn't have those same sort of things. So if he's caught air dodging near Etalus, he can't really do much, and he's going to be caught in some really strong hits. Yeah,
and just like that right there, I mean, it's really hard to keep the spacing against a heavy that has this kind of mobility.
Yeah.
I mean, you just see him sliding around the ice, constantly trying to bait things out, and that's really something that Forsburn struggled to deal with. Because, I mean, a lot of people will say, oh, you can just cape him as he's running in. Well, congratulations, he can just wave dash away as you're trying to throw out the cape.
And then do, like, literally anything, because the cape's laggy.
Yeah. I mean, yeah, it covers a lot of space, but that's the downside. A lot of the long-reaching moves in this game have end lag to make up for it. Oh, going for the wrong direction with that forward smash.
Oh, right, they're trying to make that read of a tech roll in, but Lord Bagel staying out and then finding the right punish for it.
Yeah, I mean, you just see this constant small movement coming out from Lord Bagel here, just trying to bait out an unsafe option from Corkxx.
And that's the thing, is it feels like Corkxx doesn't quite have that same leverage to get those moments. But when he does find them, right, he always pounces on them pretty consistently, the rollaways and the tech rolls.
Yeah, I mean, you have to in this game, because if you let your opponent get any sort of opening or get away with anything, things like that will happen.
Oh my god, that was just a great catch on the upper platform, just choosing to use that down special and picking him up with the Etalus bomb.
Yeah, and right now, I mean, you just see Lord Bagel still using this movement just to keep Corkxx from being able to get down off of that platform, but finally getting some momentum going here.
Once again, the icicles, though, covering Lord Bagel's recovery.
Yeah, I mean, if he uses those too much, one thing I would like to see is for just Corkxx to do a short hop to bait him out and then just parry them as they're coming down.
Yeah, I think that, because then when you parry the icicles, it forces Etalus into free fall.
Exactly.
And then you get the punish of your choosing.
Yeah, and I mean, you see Lord Bagel just using those small movements to set up situations like that, but if you don't do that yourself, you're essentially depriving yourself of a tool in this game.
I actually just saw Corkxx like do a lean back, because that's the second time he's connected the cape part of the up smash, and then the dagger whiffs.
Yeah.
Because the dagger is so much more thin than the cape.
Yeah, honestly, it's...
Oh, nice! And he throws in the taunt for good measure, too.
Man, I mean, that was definitely a great hit and a great punish there on that recovery. Oh, no. No punish there. Going in the wrong direction, and now Corkxx has an opening here to try and get something going for himself.
Finds himself 48%, but I mean, he's sitting at 113 on his last stock.
Yep.
And we're seeing that right now, right? The tossing out cape to try to catch like the tricky ice movement by Etalus. And right now, Bagel just jumping right into the smoke and letting his forward air rip right through it.
Oh, nice. Going up as high as he can just so he can fade to the edge of the stage. Make him have to guess, is he going to fade in or fade out from that uppy?
And the thing that makes that even more ambiguous is that those platforms there too, right? He might just stop and land on one of those platforms. You're forcing your opponents into a reading situation.
Yep, and that's really what you have to do when you're recovering in this game. Just create as many options that you can use as you're coming back down.
And he's still alive. Wow. Fantastic DI right to the very corner of Fire Capital. And this is looking very doable now suddenly.
Yeah, I mean, he's got the armor, but it's not going to take too much to break it. And once he does, he could get a good setup here. And
the thing is, in breaking that armor, look, 160% on Etalus, right? This is something. Oh, he gets caught whiffing the jab, and just like that, Bagel recognizes that, pounces with the dash attack, finds himself the up smash right afterwards. But Corkxx, for the matchup that he hates the most, looking pretty good, actually. Bagel being one of the scariest Etaluses out there.
Yeah, I mean, to be able to go into that kind of a matchup and be able to do that well against a matchup you hate, that should honestly give you hope for the rest of the set, because it's one thing to go in a matchup and lose horribly the first game, because that just starts your mental
collapse, right?
Yeah, mental collapse.
Because you start telling yourself, like, yeah, I knew this matchup was unwinnable. What was I even thinking sitting down? But, like,
exactly.
You already start, especially with that comeback, too, because what that means is, like, you just tell yourself, you know what, if I just keep playing at this sort of tempo in this vague direction of, like, the way that we're setting the tempo, I'm going to do great.
Exactly.
This is setting a good precedent.
Yeah, and I do like this stage pick for him because the platforms will give him some extra options as he's trying to recover. That should help him avoid those kind of nairs or fair situations from Etalus.
Oh, right there. Nice down airs.
Backer going to come out for Lord Bagel here, though, trying to keep him at the edge of the stage as much as he can.
And he just immediately retreats from that situation, sets down some icicles, too. So, again, Bagel's just doing a really good job calling out when exactly Corkxx wants to jump up and intercept, and he always has those icicles ready to fall on him. Yeah,
and on a big open stage like that, if you don't have the advantage, that could be a risk, but almost getting the up B there. But if he's got to be careful, because if he does throw those out too much in neutral, they could become predictable, and on a stage where there's no platforms to stop, he could start parrying them. But that up smash going to connect there. Nice use of the smoke to buy himself some time.
Yeah. Oh, getting caught once again with that down special. It's looking like a really clutch option for Bagel to catch people sleeping on platforms.
Yeah, because, I mean, a lot of times when you're that close, it's like, there's going to be a nair coming out from Etalus. I got to parry. And it's like, no, let me just stay up here in the air for what feels like a full second just to wait out the parry and punish you further that.
Yeah, because, again, we bring up this difference from Smashes. In Smash, when you're in that situation, Shield would cover both of those options just fine. Yep. But here, because you have to essentially call out what move you're going to be hit by with the timing of your parry, there's a lot of nuances just in the timing that lend themselves to those 50-50s.
Yeah, there is no simple defense in this game. You have to think out everything you want to do in this game.
Oh, and right now, Bagel, though, constantly thinking, forcing Corkxx off stage again and finding another forward air. Once again, though, Corkxx with incredible DI.
Man, I can't believe he's living through these hits.
This is a small blast zone stage. This has almost the shortest horizontal blast zone.
Okay, there we go. Finally, he dies to a big hit there.
But, like, that's still incredible. Like,
yeah, I mean, that was over 130 that he died.
Oh, trying to follow the back air. This time, Bagel was ready, getting a couple bounces with the down air, but wasn't able to read the DI the second time.
Right now, Lord Bagel just doing everything he can to keep this momentum going.
Oh, that was so unfortunate. Trying to get a little bit of a poke with the up air and then land on the stage right afterwards. But
yeah, fast fell before he landed on the stage. That just sent him down into the blast zone.
Yeah, very, very unfortunate stuff. I am curious where he's going to go next, though, as his stage pick, because I think the idea of that stage was hoping to bank on the smaller blast zones for his own benefit to be able to close out stocks. Okay, so he's going to...
there we go. This is a good stage, I feel.
Yeah, this is an interesting stage, because I know that this can be have some things that helps Etalus, especially with the way that he can play around with that top platform.
Yeah.
And like you said, one thing that's going to happen is unless Corkxx is on that platform, he's not actually going to be able to parry those icicles easily because they'll be stopped on the platform itself.
Yeah, and on top of that, this gives Corkxx a second option to be able to approach Etalus, because part of the problem he's been having is, as he's trying to approach from the ground, he's getting caught by those fairs or dash attack nairs. Yeah. Using that platform, he can go above that and create a second route for him to be able to get in, close the gap, and start some offense. But, jeez, I mean, Lord Bagel is just having none of it.
And I know better than to count Corkxx, especially once he gets a very good string going and force the opponent off stage.
Yep. Yeah, right now, bit of a fastball there, sending him in the blast zone, and this is definitely an opening that Corkxx could capitalize on. Getting a good combo going here, forcing him off stage. Needs to keep him off as long as he can, but Lord Bagel being elusive, finding his way back.
Oh, I like that jab just to force a little bit of honesty. It's like, I'm not going to panic out of this, and whenever you're charging, just stop.
Yep. Oh, getting the connection off that uppy there. Right now, just trying to find some opening to create here. Icicle's clearing away all of the smoke. And that's another thing that makes this matchup hard. Because, like, you want that smoke there to be able to give yourself that extra recovery option. But Icicles just cover so much space that it's hard to keep any clouds alive.
Yeah, that's absolutely true. Because that's all it takes to get rid of smoke is just any hitbox. Yeah,
oh my God,
that was
all out.
So clean.
And right now, of course, doing everything he can to try and get something going here, but Lord Bagel has just been playing phenomenal, I must say.
Oh, trying to catch him with the back air, but Lord Bagel goes high, and he's not even able to swoop in fast enough to get that down special punish.
Yeah, there's a little bit too much startup on that cape, though, to be able to punch that move. Nice running forward down smash.
Because it is the primary kill move on the ground for Forsburn, but it's also an 8-frame startup, which is slower than like, any sort of jab follow-up. And right there, Bagel taking it extremely convincingly in the second 2 games. We were talking earlier at the end of the first game, it was like, yo,